My main research question is to try to understand why some children develop mental health problems after experiencing early adversity or maltreatment. So this is a group of children who experience problems at home, neglect, physical, sexual, emotional abuse, and we know that they're significantly more likely to develop mental health problems in the future. But we don't know why, and we don't know why some children are resilient and don't develop those difficulties and actually have a very good outcome. We have been trying to look at different domains of functioning. So we've been looking at things like reward processing, threat processing, memory processing, and seeing whether children adapt in ways to help them cope to early adverse environments, but that those early adaptations can actually make it more likely that they will be vulnerable to future stressors and increase the risk of mental health problems. So we found things, for example, like in relation to threat, that children become hypervigilant to threat in their environment and show more responsiveness at the brain level, for example, to cues of threat faces. But that hypervigilance might lead to more hostile or conflictual interactions with their peers when they're at school or when they move to a foster family, and that can make it difficult for them to form stable relationships and develop a supportive network around them that can help buffer when they experience future stressors. So we're systematically looking at these different domains and trying to see how these early adaptations might increase risk for future mental health vulnerability. Currently, I would say that most services for children are really organised around providing help when difficulties emerge. So we have, for example, CAM services, child and adolescent mental health services, where children are referred when they reach a diagnostic threshold for a mental health problem. But what we're finding in our research is that many children show early markers of what we call latent vulnerability, so changes in these different domains of functioning that we think might increase risk of future disorder. And from a societal perspective, we need to move much more towards a preventative model of intervention. So rather than thinking about treating disorders when they're full-blown, we need to try and intervene to prevent the emergence of these difficulties in the first place. So really moving towards a much more preventative model of medicine like we already have in relation to physical health. The advice that I would give to someone who's interested in research is that they probably need to think about their career in two different ways. So in one part, you're really thinking about the area of research that you're interested in, and that can really take time to kind of crystallize in your mind. So I think it's fine to explore different areas and not feel that you need to settle on one particular area or topic right away. And that certainly was the case for me, and it took me some time before I found the particular field that interested me. But on the other hand, it's important to realize that you're also just developing a set of skills. And so I've got a colleague, S.E. Veding, who often talks about their PhD as being their kind of academic driving license. So it kind of equips you to drive. You're learning how to do data analysis, recruit and test participants. You're learning about different theoretical models and approaches, and all of that can be very transferable between different kinds of domains. So just because you're learning about those in one particular area doesn't mean that they're not transferable. So I would really encourage prospective, students interested in research to develop their CV and their range of skills and knowledge in those different areas, even if it may not be in the particular domain that they end up deciding to apply. I think UCL is a fantastic place for students to come and do research. It is situated in a fantastic part of London. We're surrounded by amazing shops, cafes, infrastructure, everything that London has to offer. But you're also embedded within a truly global university where there are departments across every faculty that provide a really interesting mixture of people. So no matter what you want to do in terms of research, and if you want to do an interdisciplinary kind of research, there are people to collaborate with, there are people to discuss your ideas with, there are seminars and events, which makes it an incredibly interesting intellectual as well as social environment. So for me personally, I can't imagine really working in another institution. So something viewers might find surprising about me is that I'm an identical twin. So if you watch this video and then you bump into what you think, who you think is me on the tube or on the bus, then it's probably my identical twin brother. So he's used to having conversations with people approaching him in public and thinking that they're me and vice versa. So that is often leading to kind of humorous interactions. But if I completely don't respond to you in the way that you think, it's probably my corporate lawyer identical twin.